This is the individual project 2 for systems analysis. The topic is the Pinterest app. First of all, what is the Pinterest app and how does it work? The Pinterest system is a visual discovery and content sharing platform. Its purpose revolves around various users being able to pin images and videos on a wide range of topics. These pins can then be organized into boards which help users to group content by topic, showcasing their interests. The average user can then search for pins, boards, and other users. And on the left is an example of the user interface of Pinterest. Now, the stakeholders chosen as the development team test lead. The purpose of the stakeholders is to lead and oversee the team's testing efforts, and the goal is to ensure system security, functionality, and project deliverability. The main responsibilities of the test lead are planning tests like security tests and approving new releases. The first model chosen is the UML use case model for Pinterest. The UML use case model for the Pinterest system outlines how various actors interact with the Pinterest system and scenarios that could occur. Some key use cases which are crucial for a test lead would be the user logging in or signing up or creating content / pins. The test team lead would use these use cases to help design test scenarios and cases and identify flows. And on the right is the model. The second model chosen was the domain model for Pinterest. The domain model shows the main objectives, the main objects or entities in the Pinterest system, their attributes and relations. It represents the system structure at a high level. Some key entities in this are the user, content moderator, and the content, and many more. The test lead uses this model for data validation tests, ensuring database consistency and relationship testing. And on the right is the domain model. The relevant requirements for the test team lead would be the following. The search performance being the system must deliver search results in under 1 second, system availability uptime being at 99.9%, the data security being 100% encrypted, the platform portability being accessed across all different platforms, and content moderation being good. Now, some questions for the stakeholder would be in relation to uptime requirement. For example, if the system goes down, how fast does it need to come up to still meet the 99.9% uptime requirement? Question 2 would be search speed requirement. For the search being under 1 second, how many concurrent users must the system handle while staying under that 1 second? And the third question being content moderation requirement. To stop inappropriate posts, is there a clear block of what counts as inappropriate? Now, the strengths of my contributions to the SRS project. My main contributions to the SRS project were the UML use case model, the domain model, and the stakeholder model description along with the onion diagram. My main strength for this project was turning the project's requirements into easy to understand diagrams and use cases that helped the project see how certain parts worked. The UML use case diagram, this was the project's map of all functions, as it clearly defined all the major functions. The domain model, this model clarified the structure of the system by showing how all key objects and entities such as users interacted with each other. Stakeholder model and the onion diagram, this model identified key stakeholders who involved with the system. These are all the models on the bottom shown. And the weaknesses of my contributions to the project. My main weakness in the contributions to the project were most related to clarity and organization and some of the work I produced. One issue I had was with my domain model becoming too cluttered. Another weakness I had was with my onion diagram. The first submission of the document, it didn't have a lot of connections needed. Another weakness was time management, as I tend to spend excessive time on certain parts attempting to perfect them. The most difficult part of the SRS project was learning how to make the diagrams like the domain model and UML use case diagram using tools that I've never used before like Draw.io. An additional challenge was also coordinating and communicating with the team, as we all had different schedules and different requirements for the work, and we couldn't work cohesively in certain cases. And I was able to overcome these challenges by practicing the models repeatedly and pushing for team communication on WhatsApp. Now, the most useful part of this project was learning how to use the tools like Draw.io or Diagrams.net to create the diagrams, and putting the material that I learned from the coursework into the SRS project. If I were to redo this project, I'd do a number of things differently, including holding a meeting on the first week to understand everyone's schedule and grasp each member's understanding of the concepts on the project, agree on deadlines for the project, choose someone to be the main project coordinator so everyone can stay on task, and look at the time management better.